Dr. Nina Jefferson, just tell us about what it is you do.
Sure. So, yes, I am a psychologist. So people mix this up all the time. Psychiatrists do the medications, psychologists do the therapy, the diagnosing and assessment kind of stuff. So that's kind of the difference there. But yeah, so I'm a clinical psychologist, so I diagnose a little bit more than others, and I actually still work full time at the VA. Right? So I serve those that serve the country. I love doing that. But I am here on the other side of the coin, which is my business, which is Path to Alignment. And so there I do mindset and peak performance coaching with entrepreneurs, business owners, high performers, and things like that, in a couple of different services that I do there. I consider myself like a high performing person, right? Like it takes a lot to get your doctorate degree, especially with this skin. And so I thought, okay, I was going through these life changes and I was like, okay, I'm going to start a business to help with income, because I had lost some income from a divorce and all of that stuff. And I was like, I want something steady where the quality of life is going to stay. So I was like, okay, I could do that. If I could get a doctorate degree, I could do that. So I started in real estate, actually. I still do that. And I was like, I'm becoming a real estate investor. I had done some research. I was like, okay, this is a very practical way to become a millionaire and become a man, self-made one. Had done some research, like I could do this. Get into that. And I mean, I hit all kinds of setbacks, all kinds. Now I paid for training. I invested in myself. I went through a program. I hired a coach, real estate coach. I did all the things, you're supposed to do. I didn't just like YouTube University away, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, man, this entrepreneur game is no joke. I was like, it is no joke, even with your grit, even with the grit that I have. And it was times where I was like, if I did not have like the training that I have, I would have just like, I'm out. Like, this ain't working. So that's really what opened the door towards me building Path to Alignment. So I was like working on myself a lot still, because I was like, okay, I'm not going to let divorce just take me away. And I was in this personal development space, right? So, and I fell into neurolinguistic programming, NLP, and fell in love with that, did a breakthrough, combined that with psychology, and created Path to Alignment. And I started getting into all these entrepreneur masterminds and programs, and started seeing a very common thread of what I was dealing with real estate, where mindset and habits was really getting in the way. So that's where Path to Alignment was birthed, is to build that gap and create that space for entrepreneurs and high performers that really don't have it. Because you're usually the person everybody goes to, right? Like if you're a high performer, you're usually that person in your family. You're going to be that person at work. You're going to be that person in your business, because that's who you are in essence. And so, but where do you go? Where's the space for you? And it's a lot of times we feel like you can't even let down your hair and just be you and have a vulnerable moment, right? So Path to Alignment is that, to create that support of like-minded people and to really focus on like things very unique to entrepreneurs. So we deal with mindset, but unique to entrepreneurship challenges. We deal with habits, but it's success habits of business. We deal with communication, but it's like how to grow your team and how to talk to your team and how to like communicate with yourself and get better sales by communicating better. Right. And then we deal with like work-life balance and wellness. Like you need to have emotional well-being as an entrepreneur, because 80% of us, the stats say, is highly stressed out. So we deal with those 4 tiers in my program to really optimize. Like you have to elevate yourself to elevate your business. And that's what we work on.